Hello again, Rich here, and welcome to Objective Support and Resistance Part 2. In Part 1, we applied our Objective Support and Resistance levels on NZTCAD daily time frame. Now let's take more examples. Here we've got USD/JPY daily time frame, and as we mentioned in Part 1, we simply draw a random line on our chart and drag and drop it in a way to connect at least 3 dots. We start from the top. Here we can connect only one dot here as well, and one dot. Here we've got a 1, 2, 3 dots, so we can consider this one as an objective support resistance area, and we always optimize it in a way to have a round number. Let's make it 122, and we can continue to look for other levels. Here we've got a 1, 2, 3 as well. Let's make it 116. Let's continue and find more. Here we've got another one, 1, 2, 3 dots. Let's make it 114.5. As you can see here, we have like a zone, and we always treat our levels as zones and not laser lines. So you can keep this as a zone, or you can stick to one. You can make it to be the middle between the two lines that you have, or you can keep it as a zone like here. Let's keep it this way and continue to find more lines. Here we've got only one. Here we've got only 2 dots. We need at least 3 dots. Here we have a 1, 2, and 3 dots. Let's make it 105. And here's our last one, even though this line is not strong because the dots are very close to each other, but let's keep it because it's a very strong round number, 100. Very strong psychological level. As we mentioned earlier, those levels are not a standalone strategy, but we use them to find more confluence on our setups. Here we've got our 1, 2, 3 touches zone this way. So we can start looking from here for potential setups around those zones. So here we have one potential setup, and here we've got another one. This one is a live example as it's still going right now. We always zoom in to lower time frame and look for potential setups and its entries. Here we can draw an objective trend line, 1, 2, 3. Let's take a look at the third touch. So it's not a typical one because the third touch is already broken. We need trend lines that's not broken. We can draw it from the wicks anywhere, but we don't tolerate a candle close below or above our trend lines. So that's not a typical one. Let's remove it and try to draw another one. Here we've got a very good one, 1, 2, and 3 touches. We can even draw that line to have like a symmetrical triangle pattern. The way we trade it is we draw our last swing standing, which is the last touch of the trend line, and enter on its candle close below it. So here would be our entry, and our stop loss is the last swing, red swing. Our target would always be a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio by moving our stop loss to entry at R1, or we can go for our pattern projection, which would be around here in this case. Let's make it in purple. So here's our target. We can go for 2-to-1, or we can go for R4. It depends on your style and your risk appetite. Let's take the other setup. Here we've got another one. We can trade it from the daily time frame, as you can draw an objective trend line here, which also is a symmetrical triangle. Our entry would be a candle close below our last swing standing, or you can even zoom in to lower time frames like H4 and draw your lines like this one. You can draw this one on H4, and your entry would be around here, and stop loss is always above our last swing, the opposite side, and you can go for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. This one, the setup I sent on the free group last week. It's still running now with a setting on a +1R while waiting for our target, which is a +2R. Or we can go for our projection, symmetric triangle projection, which is around here, +2R.5. That's it for USD JPY. Let's move on and try another pair. Let's take a look at Euro AUD. We start by drawing a random line. Here we can connect 1, 2, 3 touches, and we optimize it to be a round number. Let's say 1.63. Let's move on. Here we can connect only one dot as well. Here we can connect 1, 2, 3 touches. So let's optimize it to be a round number. Let's make it 1.5, 1.6. Okay, so it's a 1.53. My bad. Which is a 1, 2, 3 touches. So we can start looking for setups from here. Okay, so let's make it 1.53 as we mentioned, and let's move on. Do we have any more setups here? Yes, we have 1, 2, 3. Optimize it to be a round number, 1.48. Let's see. Yes, it's a good one, and we can continue. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, 5 touches, a very strong one. Let's make it a 144. And last but not least, we've got this one here. Here we can't because we only have one touch. Here we have one touch as well. Here we have a 3 touches level, 1.3. Let's make it a 1.37. Now after we have our lines, let's look for potential setups. We can start look at this level starting from here because it's 1, 2, and 3. That's our line. So we can look for entries around here, and we can look for entries around here, as this line is formed from 1, 2, 3. So let's make it a round number again, and we always zoom in to find potential setups on lower time frames. Let's go and try H4. Here we've got a objective trend line, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, a very strong one. Our entry would always be a candle close above our last swing standing, which is around here. Our stop loss is always below our last swing, and we'll go for a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. We even have a head and shoulders pattern here confirming our entry. 1 head, left shoulder, and right shoulder. A very good one with at least 3 confluences, trend line, head and shoulders, and our support resistance level rejection. Let's move on and check this setup. Let's go to H4. Here we've got a double top or triple top around here. Let's make it in purple. The way we trade this pattern is we always go for the swing between the pattern, which is around here, and let's make it in gray, and our entry would be a candle close below this area. And this trend line is also confirming our entry, 1, 2, 3 touches. And we can even have an early entry on H4 or even on H1 or H4. Let's make it in blue. So our early entry would be around here on the last swing standing break. But if you didn't catch the first entry, you can always re-enter around here. That's it for objective support and resistance areas. I'll be making one more videos about supply and demand, objective ones, so stay tuned.